This is the true story
of 4 students hit to work on a project.
They decided to interview people around Athens.
Find out what happens
When they stop being polite and start getting real.
And explore what reality TV really is.
The real world. Stall class.
I was so disappointed when I found out that I was paired up with Lauren, David, Jay, and Martin. They are not on my intellectual level. They themselves represent the stereotypical reality characters. Isn't it ironic that Martin left our group to be on Queer Eye for the Straight Guy?
I do know some reality TV stereotypes. It's sad, but there's always the angry black guy, and then there's usually the gay guy, and then there's the slutty girls, and the girls get mad at slutty girls.
Well, yeah, like if you watch The Apprentice, they always have to have, X number of women, X number of men, and there's always only minorities thrown in, and it just seems that every reality show, Hell's Kitchen does the same thing. It always seems there has to be X number of women, X number of guys, and a few minorities thrown in there, and there's always like a gay person involved. They always have everything covered, it seems like.
I, of course, covered the theoretical aspects of reality television. I wanted to figure out why these morons subjected themselves to consuming such filth. In other words, why people watch reality television.
It's easy to watch, it's entertaining to watch, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's good.
So my opinion of reality TV shows are that they are generated to entertain the masses who have grown, I guess, either too lazy or complacent to go out and establish social relationships of their own with real people. When people watch reality TV shows, in my opinion, is because they don't have any reality of their own. They are living vicariously through others, both in their social sector and whatever they consider to be the world.
According to Sue Holmes, people are attracted to reality television because it gives them a sense of empowerment. It represents something authentic, and it supports the idea of the American dream. Other research concludes that people enjoy reality television because it offers something new and entertaining. One study also found that a main motive for reality TV consumption is called habitual pastime, meaning that they watch reality television to fill time slots not taken up by other activities. Another key component of my research evaluates the effect consuming reality television has on its viewers. Cultivation theory, as it relates to the media, studies how viewing a certain amount of television can affect the audience's views on social reality. Possibly cultivating the behaviors of the television characters. This can be detrimental to our society, considering the amount of reality television consumption taking place these days. Would you want your daughter behaving like Lauren's beloved New York from VH1?
I definitely believe that I guess younger generations watching reality television absorb what they see, partly because of the way family structures are, where people use TVs as parents. So when you replace where parents should be, then they're going to absorb whatever it is, and if they're learning whether it's sex, drugs, humor, they're going to pick it up. They're going to get it from somewhere regardless.
My opinion of the influence of mass media in every medium across the board on society is this. When Top Gun, which starred Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer, came out back in 1984, in 1985, the U.S. Navy had more people apply to the U.S. Navy in 1 year than they did in the 10 years prior, because everybody wanted to be Top Gun. Everybody wanted to be Goose and Maverick and Iceman. We're basically a population of idiots who are drawn and directed by whoever herds the sheep. And to be a real individual and actually exist in anything called reality is going to require you stepping outside of mass media and looking at what goes on in real life, because shit that happens on TV, it's not real, it's TV.
I love crime reality TV. When we picked topics for our group, I made the other ones give me crime. I just don't understand it. Lauren goes on about her stupid relationship reality shows. That show just sucks, okay? I don't know, it's just the same thing like every episode. At least Crime Time shows a little bit of variety.
But usually, I mean, it's really just poor people, usually, you know, messing around with drugs, and then the cops come in and just use overwhelmingly excessive force to just overpower and dominate the person, and then they get up and kind of high-five each other and whatnot.
Watch cops, and, you know, the typical show is somebody, you know, does something bad, you know, and they basically, they arrest them, and they usually, you know, protect their identity most of the time. But, you know, I don't watch that show that often. I mean, if it comes by the television, well, as I'm, you know, channel surfing, I'll probably stop and watch it a little bit. But a lot of times I don't like to watch it because it just, I feel like they're, I don't know if the people agree to be on the show, but I feel like they're being exploited. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, maybe Cops might be a little bit repetitive. But the other shows, at least the other shows have like a little bit more variety, and at least they're ethical. I mean, those relationship shows, they're all bogus. There's no ethics whatsoever. I mean, it's like turning dating into a game or something. Crime shows are real life, okay? It's like, they don't try to make competition, except for like, maybe, I don't know, maybe the first 48, was like turning a murder into a game show or something, where they have 48 hours to solve the murder. But I mean, that's small time. Come on. There's nothing wrong with that. Everyone loves it anyway.
Is it ethical? I mean, it's a tough question. We could get into a long conversation. I think it's a good show just because the few people who do watch that show, it shows them that violence is real, and the kind of stuff that happens on that show happens every day in big cities. And I think that's something that a lot of people are desensitized to and just don't even know about. But no, in terms of, you know, having these families torn apart and people who are just at the ends of their ropes, and they've had family members killed, and then, you know, cutting to a quick commercial break and having some pitches to sell people shit. It's kind of gross, but, you know, it's better than a lot of stuff out there. I mean, at least it's real with the violence that goes on.
I actually think using death as entertainment in a show like that, it's probably the lowest form of entertainment, because I really think that the, you know, people that do those shows, they really aren't sitting around and being creative. They're just thinking about what's the most shocking thing, or, you know, or just basically looking in the worst in human emotions or, you know, interest in terms of what they're, you know, doing.
Besides, Cops gives people like an inside look at real life crime, like real life, no lies. I mean, they're always running in hot pursuit of some criminal. Okay, there's always some shootout at the end. They're always tackling somebody. Always a taser. I mean, come on. Exactly how you see it on TV. That's how it happens.